Welcome to NarrativeNook audio tales where enchanted stories come to life. If you enjoy our stories, please subscribe, like and share to support our channel. Enjoy listening.
Yes, I'm preparing for mass production now, but raw material is a problem. Talking about raw materials these days gave Martine a headache. Now, raw materials are really hard to find, but the good thing is that I have no shortage of stock. So this is not a problem for me. Jared looked at Martin with confidence. Really? That's great. Mr. Johnston, let me explain my product to you first. Martin wanted to explain the beacon to Jared so that he would understand and be interested before he could talk to him about cooperation. Okay. I developed the same product that Nicole has in her hand, and I think Nicole has already explained some of its features to you. So I won't talk about it here. Let's look at the other advantages of the beacon. The beacon is an excellent first aid medical device with many potential users. Hospitals, homes, outdoors, and all walks of life can use it. In terms of sales, I think its potential is limitless. Because of its speciality and effectiveness, it will largely avoid the painful cost of accidents. It is a new product worth recommending, a wonderful product. When I first developed the beacon, which is in Nicole's hand, it was you and Mr. Riddle who helped me. I didn't pay at that time, but I will pay for it together with this payment. No matter what, I should thank you and Mr. Riddle. Since Mr. Riddle is not here today, I will toast you first. Martin raised his glass to Jared. Jared clinked glasses with him. You don't have to pay for the first batch of raw materials that I gave you. I have understood this product of yours, and I think it has great potential. Now you are just starting out. You need support in all aspects. If you don't mind, I can invest in the beacon and help you open up the market. Jared made his thoughts clear and simple. Really? Why would I mind? If you are willing to invest in us, that's really great. Martin did not expect that Jared would be willing to invest in the beacon, which was a boon to him as he was just starting out, and Jared would be his benefactor now. That's good that you don't mind. I heard from Nicole that you haven't held a launch event until now, have you? Jared asked him. Yes, I was too busy with the factory and looking for suppliers, so I had to postpone the launch date, Martin said. I think we should set up a company. You just pick a name. You will be the majority shareholder, and I will take up the rest of the shares. We then divide the work into two parts. You handle product development and quality control, and I will send someone to take care of the rest of the things so that you can focus on R&D and do what you are good at. Do you think that's a suitable arrangement? These things were a piece of cake for Jared, and he easily divided things up in a simple and clear way. You are not only my benefactor but also an outstanding entrepreneur. To be honest, other than R&D, nothing else is what I am good at. With your arrangement, I feel everything is clear, and I can concentrate on R&D again. Thanks for the thoughtfulness. Why don't we name the new company the Beacon Company? Martin looked at Jared as if asking his opinion. He was grateful to Jared because he would not have thought of these things otherwise. The Beacon Company is a good name, Jared said. Since you also think it is a good idea, let's call it the Beacon Company then, Martin said. Seeing that Jared was happy with the name, he approved it even more. Jared suddenly became the second shareholder of the Beacon Company, and things were under his control, while Martin had his own company. Jared's plan was a triple whammy. He founded the Beacon Company and became its shareholder, so Mr. Johnston Sr. would have nothing to say about it. Henry had no more excuse to make a fuss about the raw materials he had given Martin, and the Beacon's promising future was in his hands. I will send someone to set up the Beacon Company right away, arrange for the launch event, and if the raw materials are okay, I will send them to you tomorrow. The rest will wait until the beacon rolls out of the factory. Jared told him clearly so that he would not be confused. Got it. You are efficient. It seems I really need to learn from you. After today's exchange, Martin had a full new understanding of Jared. In his mind, Jared was a high and mighty CEO, but today's encounter really made him know the real Jared. Martin, I got you such a great partner. How are you going to thank me? Nicole smiled and looked to Martin for credit. I will make your order our first priority. Martin looked at Nicole. Okay, that's what you said. I'll make a note of it. Nicole looked at him with a serious face. Absolutely. Martin then turned to Jared. What is the best location for our new company? Martin knew nothing about this. I will have someone pick some better locations to send you for reference. Jared could see that Martin really did not know much about this aspect of the business. If you have anything in the future, feel free to contact me. That is all we will talk about today. Jared got up and prepared to leave. Take care, Mr. Johnston. Martin stood up to see Jared and Nicole off. Bye-bye, Nicole. In the car, Nicole looked over at Jared and complimented him. You were awesome today. Awesome, what? Jared looked at her nonchalantly. When you were telling Martin about setting up a company, I felt like you were glowing. Nicole looked at Jared with adoration. Did I? I just arranged things as usual. Jared was unimpressed. Show off, Nicole murmured. Jared hugged her with a smile. Thanks for being the go-between. I will go with you to see your grandma tonight. Nicole looked at Jared in surprise. Why do you suddenly want to accompany me to see my grandma? Haven't you been there for days? Forget it since you don't want to. Jared was actually trying to avoid that soup at night. Let's go then since you have said it. Don't you go back on it. Max, head straight to the Ocean View Villa, Nicole instructed. 40 minutes later, the car stopped in front of the Ocean View Villa, and Nicole and Jared got out of the car in tandem. Grandma, we're here to see you. Nicole walked into the living room and saw Mrs. Wallace Sr. watching TV on the couch. Nicole. Mrs. Wallace Sr. looked back. Hello, Nicole, Mr. Johnston. Tia walked up to greet them. How is Grandma's health these days? Nicole asked Tia. She is in pretty good health, eating and sleeping well, Tia said with a smile. That is great. Tomorrow I want to take Grandma for a medical checkup, so don't let her eat or drink anything after 9 o'clock tonight, Nicole said. Got it, Nicole. After that, Nicole walked over to Mrs. Wallace Sr. I will take you to the hospital tomorrow for a physical examination, and you will not be allowed to eat or drink anything at 9 o'clock this evening. What's the point of going to the hospital? I'm not sick. Mrs. Wallace Sr. had never made a trip to the hospital, even once a year. She thought only people who were sick would go to the hospital. It is just a normal medical checkup. You can go without being sick. Just don't worry. I will go with you. Nicole reassured her. How are you doing, Jared? Mrs. Wallace Sr. did not continue talking to Nicole. She turned to look at Jared with concern. I'm great, Grandma. You look much better than the last time I saw you. Is it boring to be here? Jared looked at Mrs. Wallace Sr. It is not boring. Usually, Tia will walk me to the beach, where there are lots of beautiful shells. I even picked up some. Jared smiled and nodded. Grandma, you stay here and keep watching TV while Jared and I take a stroll, Nicole said so that Mrs. Wallace Sr. would not think she had left. Okay, go ahead. With that, Nicole and Jared headed to the rooftop. The view from the rooftop is still the best. Nicole said, facing the sea. You love it here? Jared looked over at her. Yeah. I like this place very much. Drinking coffee and embracing the sea breeze here is so relaxing. I enjoy living here. Nicole expressed her feelings. If you like it here, you can always stay here. Nicole gave him a look. It is easy for you to say. How can I bring myself to let you live in the villa alone? Jared smiled and hugged her. So, you are doing this for me? How about we move nearby too? Jared was willing to move to the beach for Nicole. Is that okay? Nicole looked at Jared with a surprised look on her face. What is not to like? Anything if you like it. Jared looked at her fondly. You're so nice. Nicole leaned against his chest. Nicole and Jared spent the afternoon on the rooftop in the sea breeze. Nicole, Mr. Johnston, you are not leaving tonight, are you? Tia asked. Yeah. We will stay here tonight. It is more convenient for us to bring Grandma to the medical checkup tomorrow. What would you like for dinner tonight? Tia asked again. The usual dishes will do. Nicole did not like to get too extravagant and wasteful. It was just a meal. Unnecessary to make it like the New Year's dinner. Okay, I will prepare it right away. After dinner, Nicole and Jared were in the garden with Mrs. Wallace Sr. watering the flowers. Nicole then suggested by saying, "Shall we go for a walk on the beach?" Yeah. Jared had not taken a walk on the beach in so long, so much so that he had almost forgotten what it felt like to step in the sand. As the two walked hand in hand toward the beach, Jared looked out to sea and asked, "Did you order many medical devices from Martin?" Yeah. You didn't order those devices for Zane's organization, did you? Jared wanted to be sure of what he thought. You are right. We need a device as good as the beacon badly. Jared, please do me a favor, don't sell the beacon to the Raven. If a product like the beacon falls into their hands, I'm afraid there will be more places that will suffer harm. This was a problem that Nicole had been worried about. If the beacon was placed in the hands of good people, it was a wonderful product for the benefit of the country and the people. If it fell into the wrong hands, it would become an aid of evil. It is not so easy. I can control who we sell to, but I have no control over who they will resell to. Jared was telling the truth. There was nothing he could do about this. So, what should we do? We can't just do nothing, right? There is another way. Limit the sale of the beacon to the domestic market only so that it might be safer. Even if there is a leakage, it would only be a small percentage. Jared could only think of this solution for now. This seems to be the only solution now. We must also think of a better way. Otherwise, the domestic demand will be saturated within a few years, and the product will still have to be exported. Nicole felt that not exporting was not the best solution and that there must be a better way. Don't worry about it. Just sit down with Martin someday and talk about it. Maybe he will have some ideas. Jared reassured her. That is the only way to go. There are really no two ways about it. While speaking, Nicole picked up a stone and threw it into the sea. Jared, have you ever played stone skipping? Nicole looked over at him. What's stone skipping? Jared had never played it, so he did not understand what Nicole meant by that. Nicole picked up a rock and showed him. This is called stone skipping. Oh, I have never played that. You must have had a pretty boring childhood. Nicole mocked him. I didn't find it boring. Everyone was the same. Look how I do it. Nicole demonstrated it to Jared. Did you see that? Nicole asked as she looked back at him. That easy. Jared saw it clearly and found no difficulty. Don't just talk. Try. Nicole looked at him with a provocative look in her eyes. Then open your eyes. Jared picked up a rock and approached the beach. He planted his feet in a firm stance and held the rock steady, then threw the rock across the water, and it bounced off the surface 5 or 6 times, surprising Nicole. Not as good as me, but it is not bad. Nicole looked at Jared with a slight disappointment for failing to taunt him. Did you get anything out of the seminar you attended a while back? Jared asked as it suddenly crossed his mind. Surely. I got to know a foreign friend who is so good you can't even imagine what he has developed. Nicole looked at Jared with an impressed face. Jared frowned, looking at Nicole, figuring that the person must have developed something not common in the market. Could it be some kind of high-tech gizmo again? Not bad. It is pretty close. Try again, and I will see if you can guess. Nicole wanted to test Jared's imagination. Are you testing me? Okay, then I will play along. Jared sat down to look out to sea and think. A high-tech gizmo? It is a broad category, not easy to guess. Foreigners are more into novelty, so I guess it should be people-related. Jared looked at Nicole after analyzing it. Yes, but the scope of this is so broad that I guess you won't be able to guess it for a while. Maybe I will tell you. It was impressive of Jared to guess that it was people-related. Ever heard of manned flying cars? Nicole raised an eyebrow at him. Manned flying cars? Your foreign friend has developed a manned flying car. Jared looked at Nicole in shock. This was something he had not heard of. He did not expect that foreign countries had already developed it, but only a few people knew about the concept domestically. Jared could not help but be anxious and think he had to take some action now. He could not let foreigners take the market. Yeah, and I even went to his research center to view it. The thing completely changed my imagination. Just putting it there makes me curious. It is just wonderful. Nicole recalled the manned flying car in awe. Can you tell me more about the manned flying car? Jared wanted to learn from Nicole about the other side's progress and strength. How should I describe it to you? It is a car that can fly in the sky and only take 2 people, but its appearance still looks cool. You know UFOs, right? It is similar to that. Nicole could not fully describe the actual situation of the manned flying car with words, and only those who saw it could feel its charm. From Nicole's brief description, Jared had captured some keywords. He figured that the manned flying car was only in the early stages of research and development and not very practical. I can feel how cool it is just by listening to what you say. Do you have any opinion about the manned flying car developed by foreigners? Jared asked. After all, Nicole had seen it with her own eyes and must have had a sense of what it was like. Appearance aside, from a practical point of view, it is still something nice to have, but that needs fine-tuning and improvement. Scott is optimistic about manned flying cars. During the seminar, he even announced the setting up of a manned flying car R&D team and invited me to take part. I'm in a dilemma. Nicole sighed helplessly. As much as she was interested in manned flying cars, she knew nothing about R&D. Scott was putting her in a difficult situation. Oh? Scott asked you to take part in the R&D of manned flying cars? Jared seemed to see an opportunity, his eyes brightening up. Well, what do you think I should do? How can I say no without offending him? Nicole asked Jared for advice. That is easy, don't say no. Jared looked at her with a serious face, wondering why she wanted to turn down such a great opportunity that many people wanted to take part in but could not. Don't say no? Why? Nicole did not expect Jared to advise her in this way. I think this is a great opportunity. You should seize it. Jared told her seriously. I don't see this as a great opportunity. You should know I have more important things to do. Of course I know, but this R&D is just as important. No one in the country now recognizes the inevitability of manned flying cars, and if you can bring the technology that you have learned back to the country, it will open the minds and eyes of everyone and will be a pioneer of manned flying cars in the country. Then I can set up a business for you to produce manned flying cars. Jared had seen all the future trends and even came up with a future plan. So you have long-term plans. Nicole looked at him with sly eyes. Do you still want to say no? Jared looked her seriously in the eyes. Looks like I'm going to have to give it some serious thought now. She then flashed Jared a knowing smile. I'm looking forward to your answer. Jared took her hand and walked forward. I'm looking forward to it just as much. Let's go back. Okay. Back at the villa, Mrs. Wallace Sr. was resting, and there was no sign of Tia. So Nicole brought Jared to her room. We will have to sleep here tonight, as the other rooms haven't been cleaned up. Nicole glanced at Jared. It is fine to sleep here. Jared did not mind where he slept as long as Nicole was there with him. Why are you still standing there? Jared let out a wicked smile. I'm going to wash up. Don't you need to? Of course I need to. Jared walked with her into the washroom. The following day, at the dining table. You really don't want me to go with you guys? Jared asked again. No, really. It is just a medical checkup. Well, then I will eat up and go back to the office first. Jared kissed Nicole in front of everyone, then said goodbye to Mrs. Wallace Sr. and went back to the office. Nicole, Mr. Johnston, and you are so sweet. I feel like a third wheel here. Tia looked at Nicole enviously. Not at all. Come on, eat. Nicole sheepishly fetched an enormous chunk of food to Tia's dish, and Tia giggled at her shyness. After the meal, Nicole drove Mrs. Wallace Sr. and Tia to the hospital. Martin was returning to pick up his things when he bumped into Nicole at the hospital entrance. Are you here to accompany your grandma for her medical checkup? Martin saw the old lady beside Nicole and knew without guessing that it must be her grandmother. Yes, what are you doing here? Nicole asked, looking at Martin, who was in a hurry. I'm going to pick up something from the lab. Hi, Grandma. Martin said hello to Mrs. Wallace Sr. Grandma, this is my friend. Nicole introduced Martin to Mrs. Wallace Sr. Nicole, it is inconvenient for you to stand in line with your grandma. How about this? I will arrange it for you. Martin looked at Nicole. It is all right. There is Tia to help. Nicole glanced over at Tia. Well, I will go upstairs first then. Feel free to call me if you need help. Martin smiled warmly and then headed upstairs. Tia looked at Martin as he left, almost infatuated. Nicole, your friend is so handsome. Is he your type? Nicole teased her. Don't make fun of me. Tia stood on the other side of Mrs. Wallace Sr. and stole a glance at Martin, who was about to walk into the elevator. Nicole snickered and looked over at Mrs. Wallace Sr. Grandma, let's go sit in the lounge area. Tia, go get in line and register, Nicole instructed. Okay. Nicole accompanied Mrs. Wallace S.R.A.S. She sat in a chair and waited. Martin walked toward the lab, his mind still thinking about Nicole and Mrs. Wallace S.R.in the lobby. He took out his cell phone and made a call. There is a lady named Nicole Riddle in the lobby on the first floor, wearing a set of blue clothes. She is my VIP guest, bringing an old lady to the medical checkup today. Help arrange it so that she doesn't have to wait too long. Okay, Dr. Wyance. In the lobby, Nicole was chatting with Mrs. Wallace Sr. when a head nurse approached and greeted Nicole politely. Hello, are you Ms. Riddle? I am. What can I do for you? Nicole's eyes sized her up cautiously. Dr. Wyance has told us about it. Please follow me. The head nurse made a gesture of invitation. What is the full name of the Dr. Wyance you speak of? Nicole asked out of professional habits. Martin Wyance. Okay. Nicole helped Mrs. Wallace Sr. off with the head nurse. Tia, there's no need to stand in line anymore, Nicole called Tia. The three of them followed the head nurse to a quiet examination room, and the head nurse looked at Nicole. Miss Riddle, please just wait here while I take your grandma in for her checkup. Can I go in with her? Nicole was afraid that Mrs. Wallace Sr. would not cooperate. Sure. Thank you. Grandma, I will go in with you. Tia, you wait here. Nicole looked back at Tia. Okay, call me if you need anything, Tia said. I will. Nicole helped Mrs. Wallace Sr. and followed the head nurse into the examination room. Mrs. Wallace Sr. was clearly uncomfortable when faced with the doctor and the instrument, but she was more at ease with Nicole's presence. Relax, Grandma. It will make it easier for the doctor to examine you, Nicole said. Mrs. Wallace Sr. looked at Nicole and nodded. Soon after some tests were done, the head nurse came over to Nicole. Miss Riddle, could you please take Grandma to the bed of the instrument and come out? Okay. About 2 hours later, after all the tests were done, Nicole accompanied Mrs. Wallace S.R.to the doctor's office. What is the state of my grandma's health, doctor? She is in very good health, much better than people of his age. Nowadays, there are few old people in such a healthy physical state. Keep it up, Mrs. Wallace. The doctor said. I exercise every day. Mrs. Wallace Sr. smiled as she spoke to the doctor. Fantastic. Thank you, doctor. We will leave then. Grandma, we can go back now. Nicole took Mrs. Wallace Sr. and Tia with her and left the hospital. On the way home, Mrs. Wallace Sr. asked Nicole, I heard from the nurse that it was Dr. Wyance who arranged the checkup for us. When you have time, invite Dr. Wyance to come to the house. Grandma, it is all right. We are good friends. We know each other very well. Since you two know each other well, that is all the more reason to invite him to our house. Okay, I will invite him someday. Nicole could only go along with her. After several days of not receiving funds from Jared, Henry was restless. He picked up the phone to call Mr. Johnston Sr. Dad, has Jared been to your place lately? Henry tried to get information out of Mr. Johnston Sr. Yeah. What's up? Did Jared say when he was going to inject capital into the branch? That was the thing Henry cared most about. I mentioned it to Jared. He hasn't transferred you the money yet. Not yet. If he doesn't transfer funds, I won't be able to hold this up. Henry sounded anxious. Maybe he has his plans. You'd better carry out what he said. The market is unstable now. You be careful. I know. Henry heard and understood what Mr. Johnston Sr. meant and hung up the phone in frustration. It seems your grandpa is still favoring Jared. We can't count on him. We have to figure it out ourselves. Henry looked at Castor and Murphy. Dad, what do we do? Castor asked Henry, squinting. You two go outside and try to get some investment, see if anyone is willing to invest in us. As long as people are willing to invest, we will get through this difficult time. Henry looked at them seriously, his eyes full of determination. Okay, we will get on it right away. Martin was setting up the production line in the factory when Claus walked up to him. Mr. Wyance, are you installing the production line? Yes, you are. My name is Claus, Mr. Johnston's assistant. Hello. This is a list of the locations Mr. Johnston has asked me to identify. Please choose one of them as the new company's address. Claus handed the list to Martin. Martin looked at it for a long while and finally chose the one near Jared's office. Let's go with this one. Okay. I will contact you when it is ready. One more thing, the launch event is ready. You are to attend and speak at the launch event tomorrow morning. Just myself? What about Mr. Johnston? Martin asked. The launch event is mainly about introducing a product, so Mr. Johnston won't be there. If there is nothing else, I will excuse myself, Claus said and left. Mr. Wyance, come here and take a look. An engineer called out. Martin immediately went over. This spot must be level. I will tell you again, all assembly lines must be level, do you understand? Got it. Martin, you do things pretty quick here. Nicole's voice rang out. Martin turned around and looked at Nicole with surprise. How did you find this place? It is easy to find. Are you putting the assembly line together? Nicole looked inside. Yes, what do you want to see me about? Martin asked. Do you have time at noon? My grandma wants to invite you to lunch, Nicole said. Your grandma wants to invite me to lunch? Why? Martin looked even more surprised. We knew it was you who helped arrange the medical checkup that day. So Grandma wants to thank you in person. No trouble at all. Martin thought it was about something special at first. Well, it is up to you whether you go or not, but I have brought the message anyway. Can I come inside for a tour? Nicole was curious about how the beacon was produced. Yes, I will take you inside. They are installing it now, and when all this equipment is installed, it will be ready for a trial run. Martin introduced those production lines to Nicole. It looks like I'm going to have to call you Mr. Wyance, as you will be the CEO of the company. Nicole teased him. Don't call me that. I'm not used to it. Martin still could not get used to being called Mr. Wyance. After all, he had been called Dr. Wyance for years. It is okay. You will get used to it after a while. Nicole patted him on the shoulder. Claus came over just now, informing me of the launch event of the beacon tomorrow morning. Do you know about it? Martin looked at Nicole happily. The launch of the beacon? No one told me about it. Nicole frowned. It is okay. I will tell you now. Are you going to be there tomorrow? Martin wished Nicole could be there. I can be there, but I won't be speaking on stage. I'd be happy if you were there. Martin looked at Nicole happily. Being able to witness the launch of the beacon with Nicole in front of the press was something he was looking forward to. So, how long will you be busy here? Nicole glanced at the workers, who were busy setting things up. Your grandma is waiting for me to go over, isn't she? Martin looked at her. Then I will go over and explain a few things to them, and then I will go with you. Okay, I will wait for you here. Martin walked up to the installation engineer and talked with him as he gestured. After a few moments, the engineer nodded, and Martin left them and went to Nicole. "Let's go," he said. Nicole drove Martin toward the Seaview Villa. After about 40 minutes, the car pulled up in the villa's courtyard. "It is so beautiful here," Martin exclaimed, looking at the beach. "How long has it been since you have been to the beach? What is with the big reaction?" Nicole looked at him with surprise. "It has been so long that I don't even remember." Martin laughed at himself. "If you still have time after dinner, we will walk with you to the beach." Nicole led Martin into the house. "We? There are others." Martin looked at Nicole with puzzlement. "Tia, who went to the hospital with me that day. Does that ring a bell?" Nicole gave him a look. "Oh, I remember her, but I didn't look at her closely that day," Martin recalled. "It is okay. You can take a good look later." Nicole teased him. "Okay, but what do you mean?" Martin almost got tricked by Nicole. Nicole smiled and walked over to Mrs. Wallace Sr. "Grandma, look who I brought back for you." Mrs. Wallace Sr. turned to Martin. "Is this Dr. Wyance from the other day?" "It is me. I heard you had good health." Martin stepped forward and spoke in a friendly voice. "Please have a seat." Mrs. Wallace Sr. said with courtesy. "Dr. Wyance, thank you for the other day." "Don't mention it, Mrs. Wallace Sr. Nicole and I are good friends, and that was what I should do." Martin was gentle, and Mrs. Wallace Sr. liked him. "Dr. Wyance, have some water." Tia brought a glass of water to Martin. "Thank you." "Dr. Wyance, how is your work?" Mrs. Wallace Sr. did not know what to talk about, so she asked about his work. "I have been busy installing equipment lately, spending most of my time at the factory." Martin told the story of what he had been doing as if he were reporting to his grandmother. "Be safe when you are running back and forth," Mrs. Wallace Sr. said with concern. "It is safe, Mrs. Wallace Sr. Don't worry," Martin explained. "Martin, please don't mind. My grandma has always been down home and hospitable." Nicole explained for fear that Martin would be offended. "It is okay. I like her down home and hospitable." Martin did not feel offended but kind. "Lunch is ready." Tia came over. "Dr. Wyance, let's go over there." Mrs. Wallace Sr. walked toward the dining room. At the table, she was very cordial. "Dr. Wyance, please make yourself at home and eat all you can. These are all prepared for you." "Martin, you are so lucky. I have never had some of these dishes before." Nicole shot him a jealous look. "Thank you for your hospitality, Mrs. Wallace Sr. This is the most scrumptious meal I have had in a long time." Martin looked at the table full of food and felt like it was New Year's Eve. "Help yourself." Nicole did not treat him as an outsider and ate by herself. After the meal, Nicole and Martin spent some time chatting with Mrs. Wallace Sr. in the living room. Tia came over from the dining room with fruit. "Grandma, why don't we take you for a walk on the beach?" Nicole looked at Mrs. Wallace Sr. "I'm not going. You guys can go by yourselves if you like. Then you stay here and watch TV while we go for a walk on the beach." Nicole glanced at Martin and then brought Tia to the beach. "Martin, what does it feel like to step on the beach?" Nicole looked at him. "It is a long-lost feeling, hot and comfortable." Martin looked out to the sea, feeling the sea breeze. It had been a really long time since he had taken a walk on the beach, as the busyness of work was swallowing him up. "Nicole, thank you for bringing me here." Martin stepped onto the beach, completely at ease. Blue sky and white clouds made him forget all his worries, with only the sound of the sea in his ears at this moment. The sea is a natural therapist. No matter if you are happy or not, you can talk to it. Nicole raised her hands to the sea. "Dr. Wyance, what do you usually like to do?" Tia looked at Martin with a smile on her face. "I like to experiment." Martin could not think of any other hobbies he had. Experiment. Tia did not understand what he meant and looked at him in bafflement. "Yes, I made the device that Nicole is using now. I have been working on that for a while. Things get a bit easier now. Martin looked at her and told her what he had done. Dr. Wyance, you are amazing. I thought you were just a regular doctor. Tia did not expect that Martin could develop devices, and her feelings for him increased dramatically. I'm not as amazing as you say. It is my hobby. Martin and Tia had a pleasant conversation. Nicole just quietly admired the scenery and did not interrupt to give them enough space. The two talked for a long while before they thought of Nicole. Tia asked, "Why are you so quiet, Nicole?" "I'm thinking about something." Nicole could only find a random excuse. Thinking about what? Martin looked at Nicole curiously. Nothing. Just some trivial things abroad. You guys keep talking. Nicole smiled as she looked at them both. Just then, Martin's phone rang. He picked it up, talked to the caller for just a few words, and hung up. "Nicole, Tia, there is something at the factory that I need to attend to." Martin looked at them. "I will give you a lift, then. It is difficult to get a taxi here." Nicole looked at him. "Thank you." Meanwhile, Henry was listening to Castor's report in his office. "Dad, I have visited many companies. None of them are willing to invest in us." Castor stood in front of Henry's desk to report his work in the past few days. Snap. Henry forced his hand on his desk angrily. Didn't these people want to invest in Johnston Group before this? How come all of a sudden they changed their minds? "I don't know. The fund we siphoned will not be back for a while, and the loan is coming due soon. What should we do?" Castor was pacing back and forth. Alas. Henry sighed helplessly, angry with Jared. "It must be Jared behind this. Since he and Dad treat me like this, I'm not going to play nice anymore." Henry's eyes looked scarlet, and his gaze was ruthless. "Dad, did you think of a way?" "Come over here," Henry whispered something in Castor's ear, and his pupils kept dilating. "Dad, isn't this too much?" Castor frowned. "What do you know? A real man will do whatever it takes to get what he wants." In the evening, inside the villa, Jared was having dinner with Nicole when he suddenly received a call from Alfred, the butler. "Mr. Johnston Sr. has met with a car accident," Alfred said. "What?" Jared was in shock. "In which hospital?" "I will be right over." Jared put down his cutlery and got up, ready to go. "Jared, what's wrong?" Nicole had never seen him so nervous before.
Thank you for listening. If you have enjoyed this story, please like and share so others can see it too. Also hit the subscription button and notification bell so you can be notified on our next release. Thank you for your support. God bless you.